We have to change. But the world we are addressing is something invisible. So we have to be open and love change. Instead of avoiding change, please be all excited by the change for the best. We are living in the best time for human race.
Welcome to another episode of Rumination presented by Jefo. Hi, I'm your host, Gwyn, and today we're privileged to welcome Jean Fontaine, founder and president of Jefo, to discuss the founding of his company as well as his vision for livestock feed industry in the future. Jean Fontaine is a renowned businessman holding a bachelor's degree in agronomy from the University of Laval, an honorary doctorate from the University de Montréal, and in 2023, Jean Fontaine received the Order of Merit from the Quebec Order of Agronomists, which is a long-standing nutrition and agricultural foundation. Jean is the founder of Jefo, which is a world leader in non-medicated animal nutrition. Founded in 1982, the company employs 350 people around the world, exports to over 65 countries, and generates sales of over $450 million. Since 2000, Jean has been offering, and Jefo has been offering, natural feed additives and nutrients based on the concept of improving metabolic efficiency and gut integrity, which enables producers to minimize the use of antibiotics in livestock, poultry, and aqua. While improving production efficiency and sustainability, this is integral in this approach is the implementation of the Jeffo Matrix technology, which allows nutrients to be delivered to the lower digestive tract, preserving ingredients from digestion while ensuring optimal absorption. Jean, welcome to Rumination.
Thank you, sir. Nice to be here with you all. Thank you for organizing this event, and thank you, of course, to the team of Jefo to support all this.
Jean, I want to start off as an introduction. Jefo recently celebrated its 40th anniversary. Can you share with us and with the audience the story of how Jefo started?
Jefo started very modestly. I was out of school, 25 years old, and I had a choice to make a bankruptcy or try. And I had a vision to offer our industry different source of material to be more competitive. And it started like this. If you are from Canada or the North, the snowball effect started gradually with 1-2 product, then the other one, it added all together. So simple start, amazing development.
Thank you, Jean, for this introduction. And this, I think, started and centered our culture of Life Made Easier. Wondering, can you share with us what inspired this mission and how can you give a few examples of how you and your employees embody this statement of Life Made Easier?
It may sound funny, but after meeting with some experts, that guided us about establishing our motto, Life Made Easier, we realized that we make life easier for the buyer, the supply chain with our quite fair-sized inventory warehouses. Life made easier by sourcing with our expertise. We know what is a product that fits, no contaminants there, whatever, and also with the efficacy. Then life made easier for the truckers. We have a nice system of logistics able to make quality pallets, the way we ship our products. So it's life made easier for everybody in the chain of activity for agriculture. We are mostly agriculture.
So not just at the nutritionist, but right from the logistics and delivery, et cetera, that whole inner concept of making it easier for the customers, for the producers, et cetera.
Let's talk about nutritionists or scientific people. We bring to our customer or clientele information from all over the world. Again, it doesn't sound that important. What's going on in Asia? What's going on in Australia, US, Brazil, Europe, Canada? Without breaching the secrecy of everybody, but sharing expertise from different markets allows Jefo to be ahead of the parade and guide nutritionists or vets or whoever is involved in nutrition to know in a kind of better lead time what's happening in the world.
That whole concept of networking and bringing new ideas. And so we've seen over the last few years, the idea of artificial intelligence has been gaining interest across the world. As the livestock industry keeps evolving and rapidly, In your thoughts, what are the main producer challenges and market changes that you foresee? And in your opinion, what will be the key attributes of those of who successfully adapt to these changes?
Farmers need to get access to their numbers and to have them handy to be able to know what's going on rapidly and correct the situation. Before, without the AI or whatever, even a phone or this computer, we have the laptop, okay, iPad, whatever. It was not easy to take a note and then to put all these things together. Today, there's more and more tools to do that. Some companies offer on site in the farm cameras, sensors that could feel the water flow, the temperature,
Mm.
ammonia level, behavior of animals. So, all this would bring precision to the farmers to know what's going on. And sometimes we don't realize they have a hell of a challenge in their life. Many factors have to be controlled. So to do that, AI will bring us tremendous, tremendous capacity. And then you have to adapt to change. If no, I'm okay as I am. The future with AI will change the planet. Okay, everybody will be able to communicate easily. Imagine 3 billion people more connected with phones tomorrow, free phones, getting it all everybody on the internet to talk together, share together their findings. I was this week in Hungary,
Mm.
at a conference, and again we talked about AI, and we get some hedge of what could be done in the future with all these controls being available for the farmers. So it's there's no reason that people can object to this change of knowledge. iPhone is only 16 years old, 15 years old. Can you imagine your life without an iPhone today or Samsung, whatever the brand is? Try to figure out your life today with no portable phone
Mm.
and then no smartphone.
Mm.
How much you probably, my birds are sick. Look at this. I can send you a photo. My cows is sick. My beef is sick. My pigs is sick. We can talk to the vets before they get there. Oh, they can have an edge about what is going on.
Yeah, it's truly amazing how things are progressing within our careers and how that progress and change will increase rapidly. Which brings me to think about other innovations. Because I know for over 20 years, Jeffo Nutrition has brought innovation to the livestock and poultry feed industry with this Jefo Matrix technology. I want to ask you, why is it important to microencapsulate nutrients, for example, coenzymes in animal nutrition?
But we want to talk first. Maybe we can talk about ruminants.
Sure.
Okay. Um, it was believed that the rumen of the cow would do everything for the cow. Initially, we discussed having some B vitamins, ADE plus B vitamin to be protected to escape the rumen. Okay, maybe only like 10-15% in the rumen to nourish the bugs and to go bypass. No. You want B12, just put cobalt.
Mm.
It's not totally exact. Today, we have discovered that very small quantity bypassing the rumen for the cows, the beef, make tremendous impact. From the expertise in ruminant, we went back to poultry and
Mm.
swine, and we discovered amazing approach. And the concept for us is to prevent feeding the pathogens in the intestine of the cow, of the pig, of the poultry. And we have developed data on that aspect that is intriguing a lot of people. But it's a fact of life. Now we have the capacity to go after the rumen and after the stomach in monogastric. If you look at monogastric, how people did that before, they will use yeast,
Mm.
they will feed the yeast product some metabolites, they will be enriched, and then they bypass or release after the stomach for monogastric and even for ruminants, and they would deliver their metabolite in the intestine. In the case, this is what we call the vitamin, the B vitamins. In the human, they call them coenzymes.
Mm.
When do we need coenzymes? All the time. Okay, don't if you go for the mineral side, the trace elements, which are called in the human medicine cofactor of enzymes. When
Mm.
we need the cofactor? All the time. So to be able to deliver the cofactor of enzymes in the intestine, the trace elements, people have used protein bound with any kind of protein, chelate, glycinate, pedolate, name them all. One guy came here, Jacques Matt from Ag Canada, one day. He said, Johnny, they all smell and taste bad. I say, I never heard about that. So I got the sample here from proteinated product, okay, from protein-bound minerals. It's awful smell and awful taste. From there, we developed our mineral protected, like we did zinc for monogastric. Okay, we're going to do more for dairy as well. It's just from small connect that dot. With that dot, you find out things. This comment from a person to the other person, boom, come a conclusion. And where we are smart, I would say, is the agility we have to connect the dots. From all the continents and all the mind we talk to, we come and make a summary, and boom, here's our discovery.
So you shared that how important it is to deliver these nutrients, cofactors, coenzymes, amino acids to the lower intestinal tract. Can you explain how we do that within the Jeffo Matrix technology?
So our technology is to use vegetable, 100% vegetable carrier fats, which are high melting point. We have some specific formulation of carrier with fatty acids and triglycerides. So it will allow to be released in the small intestine. We have an IP how to slow the activity of lipase because the prills, the small particles we have, are broken down by the lipase. So if we know how to slow the lipase to have a delivery further down in the intestine. If we do slow too much, it's going to get out. We have done that before by mistake. So we know how to do that precisely. This is why we're gaining so much momentum with the customers.
It's fascinating, innovative technology that we see more and more in the marketplace. Jean, on a further subject, it's often said that livestock and poultry producers and their animals will tell us what works. And you've observed for over 20 years the impact of this precision nutrition, in particular with Jeffo Matrix technology in both livestock and poultry. What are some of maybe the three key observations that you see when the application of the Jeffo Matrix technology?
When we look at our product that we give to the cow, the lactation product, okay, for all the lactation period, we give them 3 grams per cow per day. Out of 3 grams, there's about 50% of protection. So we give them 1.5 grams. When you realize that an animal of 500 kilos or a little more will produce more milk, more fat, more protein, better feed converted by 5% better feed conversion, less culling rate, and recently we just analyzed numbers and found out 9.8% less CO2. How could that be possible? So we're making discovery that these are all performed by a small amount delivered at the right place. A spark in the room where there's propane make an explosion. But if you don't reach the room, it will never make the explosion of success. So, and in monogastric, in birds, in pigs, we discovered the same trend. In broilers business, we've seen a dry litter issue. We have dry litter by modifying the nutrition to be at the intestine level. So this is better environment for workers. The chicken catchers, they deserve attention to have a quality of life. We don't want to lose the staff. Today, I think every discovery we do in dairy, pig, or poultry is to keep the staff on the farm. Okay? So it's exciting. And I said that to Hungary in my speech. It's obsessing to see what we can do with hurting nobody. The competition is the invisible world of bacteria. 45 years ago, an old man told me, Johnny, the microbiome have no union. In French, with syndicat. They work 24/7, and nothing is bothering them. So when we know these things, if we can modulate and make it vary microbiome to the positive symbiotic bacteria, the fun will start. I was at a conference and a guy from the States quoted that by 2025, we could observe in chicken with the genetic 1.1 feed conversion. It's idealistic, but not a chicken of 3 kilo, 1.8, 1.9. So I met a guy from New Zealand that told me, hey, we're aiming to that. The 128 they got, okay, on the wheat, 70% wheat diet. So Western Canada would be very pleased to hear these things. So by meeting with people, we acquire information, and we're going to share that. And everybody wants to evolve. Sometimes we have a resistance, okay? No. When people realize that there's enough bad press against agriculture, we can do, and we have to do it all together. Jefo and our competitors, our customer, everybody having the goal to do more with less. This is exciting. So I say passion, is for losers. Obsession is for winners. And bacteria are obsessed with their private life. We can be against them, the microcosm of bacteria, and have fun. Anyway, this is the way I feel about it.
Jean, often in meeting with clients, they express to me the admiration they have for the entrepreneurship and the visionary aspect that we see, that we and they see in you. In this area of a visionary in the field, what do you feel is your contribution to the world of dairy cows?
Wow, that's a big one. Contribution is to bring them precision in the intestine of the cow for nutrition. People have injected vitamins. People have done a lot of drenching the cows. It was all behaviors to compensate the problem they have at calving. Our
Mm.
technology to protect against the rumen degradation, the bugs, have allowed us to give them a solution which is much less demanding on staff. The first reason people will leave the farm, the young guys, is the problem of calving their cows. They never quit because they drive the tractor. They never quit because they pass the broom. They hate to grab the cow and drench her, grab the cow and give her dextrose in the vein, and all these precautions because of calving issues. When the placenta don't get out, they hate the smell of the barn, okay? And the cows suffer. If the placenta, the membrane gets out with the calf a couple hours after, as they do with our solution, we made their life easier. That's another
Mm.
phrase that fits. It's life easier for calving problems. Our contribution is to give maybe more fun to the farmers solving their main problem of calving. We can explain every vitamin, blah, 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 the fatty acids, whatever. At the end of the day, or the beginning of the day, mostly in morning time, we make their life very easy.
Jean, you've successfully established a family business with your children. Could you share the key factors or strategies that contribute to the seamless integration of the family dynamics into a business and how you've worked to foster collaboration and harmony among family members while building this thriving business, which is Jeffo?
You know, I've been to conferences about business, success, everything, and I was so surprised that 85% of companies die with the president. Okay? We never realized that. I was not conscious of that. Today, I'm lucky. Out of 7 kids, I got 3 which are old enough to be involved with us. Emily, Jean-Francois, and Anthony. They love, I think I transmitted them the passion for what I do. I retired 42 years ago. Now I play the role of the president company. I play the nutritionist role. I play the father role. I am still the actor, but I play roles. Today the kids realize it's valuable. People respect, appreciate if you give your time for a purpose. Okay? To define the purpose of life, it's a challenge. First time I was asked, the purpose of my life is a line, I jammed the question. So we have to find out our purpose of life and share that fun of helping others. If you are useful, you have a future. I teach my kids to be useful, to be passionate, to love people, accept also to be their friends. Okay? So the more I teach them, the more you give, the more you get. The more you give time, attention, help, love, all these things. Not we can talk money as well. Whatever we can do for others will come back to us at a high speed. So today, for me, it's a very big emotion to have the future of when I leave, people will do that. Success, if it's only one life, is not success. Success, if it in time
Mm.
stays, this is really successful. So I have many chances to be successful.
Thank you. Thank you. Jean, as a successful business person, could you share insights into how you strategically built and nurtured your professional network or circle of people that influenced you and advised you and networked with you? And what key principles or practices you believe contributed to its growth and sustainability of Jeffo?
You know, it may sound easy to say. We have the privilege to be in an industry that we have to be friends for a long time. If you sell me a
Mm.
house, I'll buy my next one maybe 20 years from now. It won't happen every month. In animal feed, we have to fill the pipe. So we need to talk to each other on a regular basis, weekly, monthly, quarterly. Okay. So we have a business of developing proximity and friendship. If you have the proximity with people, you learn their problem, their issue, their challenges. Can we help them? Sometimes, yes, we can. This is making a rich relationship with the customer. And if the customer is happy, you have a good business. It's a fruitful business. And it can be contagious. They're going to talk to others. I teach my staff to be lazy, and I'll define laziness. Do it right and make people talk about you. When people say they're doing well, it's nice, it's this in this positive side, what happened? They want to go. If I tell you this iPhone works well, what are you going to choose? The iPhone, because Johnny or Chris or Sam says the iPhone is good. Their reputation, it would be your best future. You have to be useful to somebody. If you're not useful, ciao, you're going to be out of the game.
As we conclude, maybe a message that you can pass on to the next generation of entrepreneurs in livestock and poultry feed industry. What would you share with them?
Don't believe to the past will be the future. Whatever happened in the past without AI, without all these technologies, okay, would not be necessary to prove for the future. We have to change. The world we are addressing is something invisible. So we have to be open and love change. Instead of avoiding change, please be all excited by the change for the best. We are living in the best time for human race. A heart attack in 1950, you're dead. Today, you're going to be saved quite a bit. Transplant of organs, okay? I could talk to you about so many things that is happening around the planet, okay? Mr. Musk with his satellite will be maybe threatening the phone line we have today, okay, in buildings. Because, so some change will be so abrupt. I just saw a video about a small pin here that may threat the phone. We have the cell phone we have. So what can be threatening our knowledge and nutrition? It's quite amazing. Can you believe that in 1988, we launched in Canada replacement of growth promoter? Our mixture of acids coated will replace antibiotics. People laughed initially. What the hell is this idea? Today, medications are gone, and they are causing resistance. But our world of acid essential oil is quite persistent. Okay? So we have to be hungry for change and not fear to adapt and progress together. And this is needed for everybody together, not one guy, one company, one team. Everybody should be in the same kind of thinking pattern.
Thank you, Jean. Thank you for joining us today and sharing some of these thoughts and ideas and the progress. So congratulations again. Thank you.
My pleasure. Enjoy.
We will. And I also want to thank our audience for tuning in today. And don't forget to subscribe to Rumination on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and other platforms. And visit us at jeffo.ca for more information. This podcast is brought to you by Jeffo Nutrition, precision nutrition for a growing world. Have a wonderful day.